feels like, I don't know why, but it feels too straight, isn't it? Or like, I want it to be like fluffier a little bit because it kind of like bacon my face, but I accept myself. I love myself. Alright, everyone. Forget all those things that you've seen. Now, I really want to review books for you guys. I mean, like, this is basically the second book I read this year. You heard it right. Second book. And it's called Jane Eyre. And it teaches me a lot. And I had a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of fun reading it for the past a month and a day. That's the exact time I needed or I used to read Jane Eyre. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the book Jane Eyre here, but that's okay. I'll present it by words for you. So basically, today, I'm going to review it and have some lessons from it. I'll try not to spoil anything because I deeply appreciate and value the, let's say, pureness or like the freshness once you guys start the book, if you'd ever do so. So yeah, I'll try not to spoil anything, but forgive me if I sometimes slip my words. Alright, let's get into it. Jane Eyre. I've never thought I would read a classic book ever in my life. This is the first classic book, actual classic book that I've read. Well, basically because I have not read like more than 20 books in my life. But yeah, like I'm trying, right? I'm trying to step in the world of book loving journey. Well, this is the start. And so Jane Eyre seems like a perfect start for me. Or maybe Harry Potter here, but like in a classical way. Jane Eyre, what I love the most about it is actually and definitely the main character. The protagonist really has something like in common with me, some way that I feel connected to. Jane Eyre is the name, the character, not the author, everyone. The author is Charlotte Bronte, and I felt like the way that the author wrote the story feels very poetic and vivid and beautiful and artistic. So artistic that sometimes I didn't know what the word means. Well, you know, because of my English has not been fully developed enough to comprehend those words, but I had a lot of fun learning some new words like vivacity, oh my gosh, I will use it more, and then enigmatic, which means I think mysterious, and also I think I've been using by the by more than by the way recently, right? Is it the same words? Well, I hope so. So Jane Eyre really makes language learning a little bit more interesting for me. And the main character, so amazing. I need another like more exact adjective. Well educated, well principled, good natured, and faithful. This is a love story, but I feel like I can inspect or have a closer look in more aspects than just love and marriage. Some aspects of the society too. And the protagonist, Jane Eyre, really helps me to do so in the first person narrative. Jane Eyre, an orphaned girl growing up through some bad situations, she became a governess, a good-natured one, and a well-educated, book-learned one. She was so patient that I really admired her like calmness. Yeah, I deeply appreciated those. She would use all of the the principles, or let's say the traits of her that has been gained throughout her life, to use it and apply for the rest of her life. That's what I admire her for. And Jane Eyre eventually came to a mansion called Thornfield Hall, and she met the love of life there. But that did not stop there, everyone. That did not stop there. Once she met him, but then there was a lot of obstacles and a lot of twisty kind of thing there. This book is not just about lovey things, everyone, but it has more things to be inspected in this story. And one of the things is the strong will, the feminism, the independence of a woman that I learned from this book, from Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre feels like a very strong-willed, independent, self-respected woman. Even though she may be madly or even just like deeply in love, but she had a very big certain amount of self-respect for herself. That what makes her special and unique and independent and makes other cannot disrespect her. I'll have to learn that. And so she feels like the vibes that I'm looking for. The book really matches my vibe, and once I've read, I don't know if it's the climax. I cannot actually like differentiate the climax somehow from the rest of the book, but it felt very beautiful, and I was on top of the world, over the moon, when Jane Eyre was announced the good, big, massive, beautiful news of her life, which makes me like so glad for her that I jumped up in the air and then came to hug my mom because, Mama, I'm so glad for Jane. Oh my gosh, like it feels so magical. Yes, Jane Eyre, beautiful. And I like her her patience so much that she became a very good-natured girl who can observe things around her. She is an observer, and she's very observant of anything surrounding her, which makes the book definitely more vivid and more picturesque. Also, she became a person with so much observing that it feels somehow or sometimes difficult for me to understand, guys. Yeah, again, it's my English, but yeah, excuse me for the background noise. And as I said about the time when I was like over the moon for Jane Eyre, I myself have to be tranquilized by my mom, just like Jane Eyre by John. So yeah, that's one of the common things. Like we're happy for one person and then being tranquilized and calmed down by other people. Yeah. So, next thing, where is it? Okay. So, what I think about the love of Jane is that I think it's a rare one to happen in reality, even though it's very beautiful, but it's sometimes or somehow idolized. So the love of Jane Eyre with her lover feels so beautiful that it is idolized, in my opinion. It will not easy to be witnessed in real life because Jane's self-sacrificed. Well, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing and it's her decision, but Jane Eyre's decision to sacrifice does not seem to fit in the reality that we're living now, especially in Vietnamese society, in my opinion. So what I think is that the reality seems to have women looking for reality, like not someone who are like there for them to always take care of and have nothing returning back. Well, Jane Eyre does have the love return to her, but this is like, a much more difficult case. And so, yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. And so that love that Miss Eyre has in this book seems like a pretty far-fetching things for a lot of people in reality. Partly because she has a lot of money, and partly because she is so faithful and so in love. Yeah, money almost like solves anything, guys. Like, if she didn't have money, then I don't think that Eyre can actually go for the love of her life. Yeah, with no money, it would be so difficult and even like probably and exactly impossible to do so. So financial independence, I think, is so important in this reality, in this world, before perhaps getting the love. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Another thing I've written down here a little bit. So what I want to tell you is that I'm not that exceptional and so intellectual girl who can comprehend every pieces of the book. I cannot actually understand the hidden meaning or all of the things in that settings in that societies in the 19th century in about 1847 when the book was published. But I still felt the vibes, and I still love the vibes that Jane Eyre gives off. And that society, this book encouraged me to like more deeply dive into the world in the Victorian era. And so because of this book, I'll take time to like know more and research more about more books in that Victorian classes. And in the last video, if you have seen, I've had some books bought in a bookstore, and I definitely read that after finishing a detective story online. Those are here, by the way. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any thoughts about Jane Eyre, please comment down below. And have a nice day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.